Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel after a long holiday. Of course, it was very nice holiday. However, what I want to tell you that I couldn't really upload some videos during the holiday because, of course, many difficulties. I didn't have really good tools there. Also, the most problematic thing was the internet in the hotel. It was not really helpful. So therefore, I couldn't really upload some videos. However, the price was ranging for the whole time there. So I think that was not really necessarily so much after my last video where I told you we were almost here, and I told you that we might see a zigzag and touching at least the 57,000, which had worked perfectly, right? If we come back to the last videos, this is exactly what's predicted, the zigzag touching at least 57,000, and this is exactly what happened. After that, we are seeing, of course, some corrections here, and we're coming back to this area to analyze, of course, but we need to deep analyze again a little bit Bitcoin to see what happened, right? And what's gonna happen maybe potentially. So what I added to our parabolic studies here is the labels of each cycle. And what I want to mention here is that normally when we have an impulse, right, a 1, a 2, 3, 4, a 5, right, even if a diagonal, we have 5 waves, okay? The most impulsive waves are 1, 3, and the 5, right? And each one of these waves should have 5 waves, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, why I'm mentioning this? Because when we apply here, or when we put the labels on our parabolic cycles here, we can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the green, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the orange cycle, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the magenta cycle, right? So kind of we have 3 impulsive waves, right? Now, okay, what I want to mention here is a potential of a finished bullish pattern, okay? A finished bullish pattern, we're talking on a monthly chart here, right? So we already can say 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? Between those waves, we have always 3 waves corrections, right? A, B, C, as you can see in the white label here, A, B, and a C. Now this A, B, C looks much more like 5 waves towards the downside, right? It looks like more 5 waves. It's fine. It could be an A and then a B, maybe potentially a C towards the downside after all. Okay, so what I'm saying here, that after finishing 3 impulsive cycles, we might see a correction cycle, okay? So that might open the potential of a bearish cycle. That doesn't mean that we are not going to get higher highs. I'm coming back to it in a few minutes, but let me explain. After having 3 wave impulsive, we might have 3 major corrective waves, okay? And this is very potential, okay? I mean, it's very normal. What I want to say that even if this is a corrective, it could be even that the wave B overshoot, right? Overshoot, get higher highs, and then move towards the downside again for a corrective wave. Okay, so we might see lower prices here as 1, 2, 3, 4. We might see a lower price invalidating the impulse, okay? Because lower than this might invalidate the impulse and transform it into expanded diagonal if we go higher, okay? Or it can start it can start a new corrective or impulse here, right, and transforming this into WXY, okay, which makes it A, B, and a C, okay. So this is what I want to mention here. Of course, nothing to repeat, as we can see each cycle has hit exactly those fib level at 0.786 and 0.886. So after finishing this cycle, we are expecting still lower prices between 47,000 and 32,000. Now, we're not sure if we are getting higher in the next cycle, even because here the curves start to go sideways more than towards the upside. So the things might start to change in a Bitcoin monthly chart, right? And this is very normal. Even if you look in the previous cycles, we see also some major drop downs after all as well, right? Here and there. Okay, so that might give us a clue here that we might invalidate the impulse and transform this into an A, a B, and a C, and overshooting B, getting higher highs, and then going for a wave, a C. So in that way, we can say, okay, a correction has happened, right? But still, we are still getting higher highs, right? But before this happens, we might see lower prices invalidating the impulse and creating a wave, final wave here as A, B, and a C, right? So this is the thing that that I want to point at it, okay? That in another case scenario, right? So be careful, guys, or keep it in mind that yeah, we might be in a bearish cycle and not in a bullish cycle. However, higher prices are still optional even in a bearish cycle. So what I want to move on to it is the weekly chart here, and on the weekly analysis, okay, let's turn off our channels. Here we go. On the weekly, what happened inside our cycle that we were talking about here, and that we were saying, okay, this might transform this into A, B, and a C in case lower prices touch the 0.6188, 43,700. So if the prices touch this level here, then the impulse, the green impulse, this one might be invalidated. And once it is invalidated, of course, then we have to remove it from the chart and then look at it as A, B, and a C. And if this goes down, then we might see another wave towards the upside after reaching here, making all of that A, B, and a C, which is a correction wave after having also here 3 waves down. So therefore, what I mean in this is that we might have 1, 2, 3, right? And then 1, 2, and 3 getting higher highs, A, B, and a C towards the downside. It's an expanding flat. Alright, expanding flat, showing the cycle as corrective, but still getting higher highs. So that is my expectation even in a bearish scenario. Alright, of course, in a bearish scenario, we're talking in a cycle, but we still can get lower prices even before getting higher. In the opposite way, if we are not bearish at all, then we are expecting directly higher prices, right? After having 1, 2, we want to move higher and without reaching this level here, okay? So this is your bullish scenario. Your bullish scenario is that we move on, okay, directly after a wave 2, all right, and not moving down for lower prices and then move up, okay? So that is the difference. This is your bearish scenario, okay, then move down, of course, for a wave SC after all. And yeah, so this is on the weekly. For the daily, I would like to show you again yeah, something here very important before moving up. Very important. Okay, so this is my prediction for a wave 5 in a bullish scenario, right? So you might ask, okay, why we are ranging so far since we are in a bullish? I would say this is very normal for a bullish scenario, because if we take this pattern that of course I draw this pattern by myself, but based on this pattern, wave 1, right, of the bullish scenario. So as you can see in the wave 1 here, look how much time it took to form the 1 of 1, okay, the wave 1 of the wave 1, okay. It took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 7 candles to form the wave 1 of 1. So I'm expecting the same at least to form the wave 1 of 5, okay. At least 6 weekly candles, okay, to form the wave 1 of 5. Therefore, I find this very, very normal, and I see this as 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, okay. So that's why I'm saying, okay, on a daily, we might see a lot of range here still, okay. Some daily ranges here, okay. So this is a daily chart now. We might see until we reach the wave 2 and then move towards the upside. Okay, so this is what I want to mention with this pattern exactly here. And on our 100K scenario, nothing has changed. Everything's still intact. And okay, what we are looking for is our wave 2 that I just explained before. The wave 4 is still in WXY, has reached the 0.5 fib level perfectly, alternating the wave 2 at 0.38. So everything's still fine until we break this level, okay. If we break this 0.5, yeah, then we're talking about bearish scenario, okay. So far we are good. If we move now to the wave, to the chart, for our chart, we can see inside this for our chart, okay, we already talked here that there is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 forming a wave 1, right, or a wave A. Now after wave 1 or wave A, you want to look for a wave 2 or a wave B, right? Now the perfect fib level for a wave 2, here we go. This is a wave 2, exactly, inside this box, which are in confluence, to be honest here, with a W, X, and a Y. So if this Y, if this is a WXY, after having, of course, a zigzag here that we mentioned, a flat towards the upside as well, or a zigzag, and then we're gonna have more, of course, lower prices, then we are expecting a wave Y to be between the 0.78 and the 1.38 fib level, which are in confluence with the green box of a wave 2. And then another possibility is that, okay, if it's not WXY, then ABC, okay, an expanded diagonal here, A, then B towards the upside, then, okay, an impulse towards the downside, reaching the 1-to-1 fib level for 54,000 price. Let's put this as a zigzag, by the way. Okay. So this, and okay, of course, the wave C might even extend to the 50,000 to the 1.618. Okay, this is very possible, but we don't want to touch it because you see it's in confluence with the 886, and that is not really good for a wave 2, right? So basically, this area is a perfect area now for a wave 2, and in confluence with a WXY or an A, B, and a C hitting the 1-to-1 fib level. After that, okay, maybe it is wave 2, but still maybe it is wave B. So the difference is, if this is a wave 2, then we are expecting a continuation towards the upside, hitting at least the 1.618 for a wave 3, right? At 76,000. This is your minimum target for a wave 3. While if we see a push towards the upside and hitting only the 1 fib level at 67,800 and move down again, that means we are in A, B, and a C, right? So this is your C target has been hit, and to be honest, we are looking for a bearish scenario here, and for lower prices, right? So that is the difference. So I think I'm gonna adjust this, if we get a continuation in green, that would be bullish. If we hit here, that's gonna be bearish. Okay, so this is exactly now what is gonna happen. Of course, now it's very early to talk about this point, but this is a very critical price here. If we could break it, then okay, we are in wave 3, impulsive, we're going to 100K, that's awesome. Then if not, if we reject here and go down, then okay, we are talking about a bearish scenario. Before getting to this point, however, we are looking forward to lower prices, right? To finish a corrective wave here, and yeah, after that we are looking towards the upside for both scenarios, unless there is one potential scenario here which is a very bearish directly, okay, which is a triangle. However, the possibility are very low. It's very, I'm not gonna talk to, I will not label it yet, okay. However, it could be after this massive downside here, it could be an A, B, C, D, and E as a triangle, okay, and then we are looking forward towards the downside, okay. So this is a very bearish scenario, all right, but it's very soon to talk about it. So here we go. This is your triangle here, okay, somehow like that. Okay, so but it's very, yeah, it's very early to talk about it unless we get rejected here and then again here. Okay, then I would say this is very bearish. Okay, yeah, I prefer to get the D and even the E in this case to say, okay, this is a triangle. I know this is very, it could be very late that the triangle has already formed. But I prefer this because this is very critical, okay? And it doesn't change because it's ranging anyway here. It doesn't make any change. That is nothing. So it's better to finish the triangle and say, okay, yeah, this is the triangle pattern. And be careful, guys. We have been rejected at the same trend line here, and we are looking towards the downside. Then, of course, I would mention this. Yeah, so until that time, I prefer to move this out and still looking at what we have here, guys. So I want to show you one more thing. Here is an indicator, my own indicator that I have. So we can see here, yeah, before the vacation we were here, we said that we might see more red until the zigzag has finished and we see this bulls patterns come in. Now we are looking at the bears coming in again, and we are looking for more prices towards the downside, finishing an A, a B, and a C potential, and then looking towards the upside as explained here exactly. Okay, guys, so that was it, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video if you like the content, and subscribe for the channel if you didn't yet. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day, and bye bye.